What's going on there, everyone? Alright, so today, hearings on Capitol Hill. Former White House Councilman McGahn didn't show up for his hearing. Democrats are, of course, outraged and very angry. They're sitting here complaining that since the president says he's done nothing wrong, this, that, and the yada, 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 that why aren't these people coming to testify again? Why can't Mueller come and testify? Blah, 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 this, that, and the other. Do you ever think, did these people ever think that, well, considering the whole Russian collusion narrative was false, that maybe that's why these people don't want to testify, is because it's a bunch of bullshit? Excuse my language, but that's really what it is. Over 2 years of this nonsense. Come on. You can clearly see that the people of this country are kind of sick of hearing about it. I mean, read the Mueller report. Everything was done wrong. Everything was done illegally, pretty much, to start the whole thing. And now that it's found out that the initial crime of collusion with Russia was a falsity, to say the least, of course all these people are going to be like, you know what, I'm done with this. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm not going to come testify no more. Screw this shit. We're done. I don't blame them. Been almost, I mean, come on, almost 3 years of this nonsense about Mueller report and stuff. Get over it, Democrats. Get over it. How about you start doing something like actually trying to govern our country instead of putting on these little smoke and mirror hearings? These are ridiculous. I mean, it kind of helps the conservatives out because people get to see how just Trump derangement syndrome has just impermeated the damn Democratic Party. It's really ridiculous. None of these people should have to testify. It's false pretense. The whole thing was under false pretense. What more is there to say? People are sick of it. People are tired. And they should be. They're rightfully so. We've been drugged through the ringer listening to this, that, and the other. Oh, we have a big bombshell report. Blah, blah, blah said this. Guess what? It wasn't true. Blah, blah, blah said this. Guess what? That was found out to be not true or inaccurate. I don't get it. I don't get the fight over the president's tax returns. This is their big thing. Democrats' big thing is, oh, why won't he show? He shouldn't have to. He doesn't have to. Since when did tax returns really become such a huge thing? Yeah, people have willingly shown their tax returns, but they willingly did it. If they don't want to, they shouldn't have to. Why are y'all trying to force the president to show his tax returns? It's none of your damn business. I don't want to see none of these people's tax. I don't want to see none of the Democratic people's tax returns. That's their private business. Let them have it. I just don't get it. I don't get where the Democrats are going with this and what they're trying to accomplish. Because all they're doing is all they're accomplishing is making themselves look worse, day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute. I mean, as a conservative, I should be happy about this, but I'm not, because this is half of our government. I mean, I'm glad our political party system is small, in a way. I'm glad we're not like places like the UK where they have so many parties. I mean, good Lord, they have 9 or 10 plus parties. Yeah, that shit gets a little convoluted and weird then. But we only have 2 major parties. When one's not doing their job because they're so enamored with a situation that shouldn't have ever been in the first place, and they won't get over that, instead of actually focusing on governing the country and making sure everything's good in the country, which things are great in some respects, but when it comes to, the border and the hundreds of thousands of migrants pouring over it, and those are the ones that we catch. The statistics show that we only catch 1 in 4 illegal aliens coming over the border. And we're catching hundreds of thousands. So let that just sink in for a second. There's hundreds of thousands we're not catching. So that's where we need to be focused on. Stuff like that, securing the border, securing our country, making sure people aren't coming in and just abusing the system, getting stuff Americans work for, and they're getting it when they're not contributing to the system. They're working, a lot of these, not all, but a lot of these people work under the table jobs in construction, this, that, and the other, farms, and, stuff they say Americans don't want to do. Americans will do it. It's a job. We're a very resilient people. We'll do stuff we don't like to do to make ends meet. We do that. Well, conservative people do it. I don't think the liberals do that too much. But yeah, this is just getting, it's beyond ridiculous. It's beyond ridiculous now. The Democrats in Congress, the Senate, the House, they all need to stop dealing with Trump. They need to just stop thinking about Trump, because it's destroying their minds. They need to focus on the people of America. That's what they're not doing. They're not for the people. They are the party against Trump. I hate to tell you, a whole lot of people in America voted for Trump. So stop being so against Trump. Start working for the American people like they elected you to do. I know. That sounds crazy, asking a Democrat to actually work for the people. And it is crazy. I know I sound insane. But that's what they need to do. They need to actually stop and try to work for the people. And the conservatives, some of them do too. You have a little bit of infighting going on in the conservative party with these less than conservatives. But that'll all rectify itself. Come on, America. We can do better than this. We are better than this. And I'm talking to you, leftists. Stop being so enraged about everything. Stop sitting here and just wanting only your point of view to come across. That's not how things work. Open up dialogue with conservatives. I tell conservatives this all the time too. Open up dialogue with liberals. Let's try to talk, because liberals will find out that conservatives and them agree on a lot more things than they think. Yeah, we're not going to go for the pushing of social justice, warriorship all over the place. We're not going to go with segregation in college campuses like these leftists want. I could have swore there was a giant movement, really, it was huge back in like the 50s and 60s of ending segregation. Don't go back, What is this? What is it? Regressive left. But, yeah, we need to bring this country back together. Yes, we can have opposing political opinions, but you know what we're supposed to. And then we're supposed to come to a middle ground. Find the middle ground and work from there. Not what we're doing. I mean, we're killing our republic by the way we're treating each other. I personally don't have much angst or any type of hatred towards anybody on the left, with the exception of a few people that are hate-filled, bigoted people that hate me because I'm a white male. But I don't actually hate them, The good book says that you shouldn't go around with hate in your heart, And I try not to. But we do need to open up dialogue and discussion with these leftists, and leftists need to do the same. They have a very hard time doing that. Most people on the conservative side don't mind debate. We like to debate. People on the left, they talk with their feelings mostly. They don't talk with facts, and they completely forget that there's this thing called the Constitution, and it gives us certain unalienable rights. But they don't care about that either. Y'all need to start. Go through, read the Bill of Rights, read the Constitution, and then start setting up arguments from there. But we'll see what happens. As always, like, share, and subscribe, and I will catch y'all on the flip side.